Hello, thank you again for joining Shelley and Roz as we have our afternoon tea, our weekly one at Wednesdays at 3 p.m. I'm obviously Roz and I'm delighted to be joined today again by Shelley Davenport of the Open Door, the principal owner. And today I think Shelley's brave enough to go a little bit where we all want to go, and we've been asked this before, exactly what you shouldn't do in a room. So with that, Shelley, would you like to say anything, and shall we start?
Thanks, Roz. This is such a fun afternoon, way to spend an afternoon. So I love talking about what you should do, right? But we often get the questions, what shouldn't you do? And it's just as important as what you should do. So we're going to take you through a couple of pictures and really talk about how we can dissect some of these and give you some advice on what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
So Shelley, here's your first picture. I love the sofa.
Yes, isn't that beautiful? I love that. And I especially love these in a kitchen. But this particular example doesn't work, as you can see, with all the different types of styles that they have going on with this lovely bench in a kitchen. So as you can see, the pieces just are not working in conjunction with each other. Now, standalone, they would obviously work in different design projects, but when you pull this all together, the scale, the styles, just certainly doesn't work. And if you also notice the height of the bench in combination with the mirror creates a focal point that you would really not want to have in that room. You really want that settee to be the focal point, and then you could use that as an inspiration piece to expand on the design options.
So what would you do? Because remembering the ceilings clearly look very low in there. What would you put above to add more height and more depth to this picture, or more, better flow, as it were, on the eye?
Well, I think one of the things I would certainly do is I would create certainly some more pattern in this room. And I would do that through wallpaper or texture in a wallpaper. Certainly a nice window treatment would work. The scale of the chairs, I would do an upholstered chair a little bit higher to complement the settee, bring the table down a little bit lower, and then bring in some complementary lighting that really works with that particular style.
I can totally see that. Let's go on to our second one, second victim.
Right. So kitchens, one of my favorite things to talk about, kitchens. Love kitchen renovations, love kitchen projects. And obviously this one looks like it was maybe a combination of multiple projects and not just one. There's not a harmonious feel in terms of color, in terms of style, and also just in terms of pulling a commonality in this room. So a lot of different things going on. Beautiful ceiling, love that ceiling and use that in many, many design projects. However, it just doesn't work with everything else that's going on in this kitchen.
I love the coffered ceiling if you can do it. My biggest thing is the two different colors of granite. Just my little thing.
Right. That's a good one. And then and also the color of the cabinets as well.
What would you do if you had to do one quick thing to help bring this in together?
So one, I would obviously change the color of the hood. And two, bring in a commonality with either the chrome or play off the island and bring an accent color in and give it a little bit more life.
Let's go to our next one.
So this one is definitely a scale, right? And then also a contemporary table mixed with a Baroque mirror, and then this focal point in the back. So there's a lot of glamour don'ts in this particular one.
I like the backs of the chairs. They're like mini crowns. And some are hardly.
And actually, all the pieces are fabulous. They just don't work together.
I agree. So next one.
Right. So this bedroom here is also another example of where you can really offer scale. You don't see exposed brick walls that much anymore, but they are kind of a neat focal point if you do happen to have one. And you could certainly jazz this one up a bit with higher lamps and different contrasting colors. So if you notice here, the colors, while they're not bad colors, they're just not all working together. And that is a really, really key element in any design project, is making sure that everything works in the room. And obviously this one needs a lot of improvement.
Bit matchy as my husband would say. And our last picture.
So this one is also a beautiful statement bed, a gorgeous bed. Unfortunately, the canopy and the covering on it is just not working with the entire space. So if you see, there's a lot of different things going on in this room, actually too much going on in this room. So you could take away that, you could complement some of the other different colors, probably change that wall color, and that would also just give it a totally different feel, much more of a clean line feel, and still a beautiful, beautiful piece, but just has the wrong dressing on it.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's all from us today, unless there's anything else you would like to add.
Well, I think by showing these examples, it also gives you an idea of what you really love. And one of the best design advice I can give is always buy what you love, and you will find a home for it. So trust your instincts and have fun with design and enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Shelley. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, Roz.
Take care. Bye.